Good morning, students. Today we are going to study the bisection method, which is one of the bracketing method to solve the polynomial or the transcendental equations. Okay, so let us understand the logic behind the bisection method. Okay, for example, we have some function which is represented by this curve. Okay, so this curve is nothing but our numerical. Okay, graphically, suppose I have plotted the equation, so it is coming like this, and we are applying the bisection method to find out the roots of the equation. Okay, so as it is one of the bracketing method, we are knowing with the initial approximations a and b. Okay, for example, what do you mean by roots of an equation? We already have studied it. So wherever we get or your function crosses the x-axis, that is called as the root of an equation. So here at point x1, the function is crossing the x-axis. So f of x equal to 0 at this moment when x is equal to x1. So x1 is one of the root. Similarly, x2 is one more root. Okay. So these are the two roots for the equation which is represented by a curve. Okay. So let us say initial approximation is somewhere a and b. Okay, a and b. As it is a bracketing method, there are two initial intervals. So a and b are the two values of the interval. So here what do? We are interested to find out x2. Okay, so we will find out f of a and we will find out f of b. Now what do you mean by f of a and f of b? Whatever is the function, say x cube plus 3x minus 2x plus 5 equal to 0, then you have to replace x with the value of a. Okay, and you have to find out the value of function, that is nothing but f of a. Similarly, if you replace x by the value of b, you will get f of b. So f of a function, that is nothing but f of a. Similarly, if you replace x by the value of b, you will get f of b. So we'll find out f of a into f of a and f of b. Then suppose I am zooming this part, I'll show you one more figure. Okay, here I have zoomed the section which we are considering the interval a and b. So this is point a and this is point b. So what we are trying to do in the bisection, as the name indicates, bisection. So bi means two. So we are trying to make the two sections. Okay. So for that we will apply the intermediate value theorem which we already have studied in my last session. So if f of a into f of b is less than 0, then root lies in between that. This is what intermediate value theorem states. So we will find out f of a and f of b. Okay. So see what we are doing. If f of a into f of b is less than 0, then the function lies between a and b. Then we will find out the next approximate point c. So c is nothing but average of a and b. So it is a plus b upon 2. Let us say c is somewhere here in the graphical representation. Okay, midpoint of a and b is somewhere here, say c. Okay, now we have to check f of a into f of c is less than 0 or f of b into f of c is less than 0. Any one of it will be true. Okay, so in this case you can easily say f of b into f of c won't be less than 0 because both are on the right side of the root, whereas root exactly lies somewhere in between a and c. So in our iteration 2, we will follow a and c and we will neglect b. Okay, for the next iteration we will find out the midpoint d in such a way that a plus c upon 2, because f of a into f of c is less than 0 means the interval bc is of no use and we are interested in interval ac. So we found out the new root or say new point d. Okay, now we'll find out f of a into f of d is less than 0 or f of d into f of c is less than 0. So surely we will get f of d into f of c is less than 0. So we will neglect the interval AD and we will focus only on CD. Again we will find out the midpoint and finally after certain iterations we'll get the exact root somewhere here. Okay. So if we make more number of roots, we are narrowing down the path wherein we will get the exact root. Okay. See, D is a point between A and C. So we have calculated D. So how many iterations we should do to get the exact root or almost accurate root? So for that purpose, number of iterations are given by n should be greater than or equal to log of b minus a minus log of e is the error, allowable error, upon log of 2. Okay, where n are number of steps or iterations required to approximate the root with the limit of e. So this e is nothing but the error. Okay, small error which is allowed, and a and b are the initial interval. So if we put the values here, we can get the number of iterations. When we'll solve the numerical, that time this formula we are going to use, and it will be clear to you. I hope you have understood how bisection method is applied. Okay, if you have any doubts, please comment, and we will discuss it in our next session. Thank you for today.